New at noon, 5 former Tennessee police officers made their first appearance in court today, pleading not guilty for their involvement in the violent death of Tyre Nichols. Plus, the Environmental Protection Agency vows to hold Norfolk Southern responsible for the toxic train derailment in East Ohio, as many residents remain afraid to live in their own homes. This is News 3 Now at noon. We have an update on a deadly hit and run that killed a man and his dog late Wednesday night. Madison police released these photos showing what they say is the suspect vehicle. It has a smashed front windshield and maybe a Chevy Malibu that frequents the Gammon and Schrader Road areas. The victim was a man in his 60s. An MPD spokesperson says officers have been searching Ring doorbell video and security footage from nearby homes to help fill in critical details. Now they're asking for anyone who may have information to come forward. New at noon, a UW campus dorm was evacuated early this morning after a battery pack ignited in a student's backpack. Crews were called to Smith Hall just before 1:30 this morning for reports of smoke coming from the building's 5th floor. The building was being evacuated when they arrived. Firefighters later found multiple battery charging packs and 2 computers inside the backpack. The battery packs had burned through the backpack and also a hole in the carpet. No injuries were reported. Also at the university, UW police are investigating after finding defaced transgender pride stickers around campus. The stickers were found in Science Hall. A UW spokesperson says the message appeared designed to provoke. The university is offering resources and support to anyone affected by the incident. University officials also say they do not have any information on who was involved in placing the stickers or writing on them. They added, though, that they are committed to creating a safe and supportive environment for all people. Let's head to the Weather Center now. Meteorologist Greg Barnard has a look at your first warn forecast. The sun sure is nice today. Yeah, different view of the sky there, kind of like a repeat of last Friday. Not a cloud in the sky after we got rid of the storm. So that's Platteville right now. Pretty much they've had some snow overnight too. You look at satellite, you can see that wide swath of snow that occurred here, and then there's actually less snow as you go further north towards La Crosse and Marshfield right now where they don't have much. So some of those areas didn't get it, but you can definitely see where that snow is with very few clouds out right now. Overnight temperatures just dropped because of the snow cover and clear skies. We're hovering around into the 20s right now as we zoom in into Dane County. Overall 21 in Sauk City, down to 20 in Edgerton. So overall pretty uniform low 20s with plenty of sunshine. Right now you look out west, not much to speak of. We got a little bit of a system out in northwest. We're going to see about that, but otherwise generally clear skies. And the one thing we'll notice here too as we get to the point here of the temperatures here, there's a snowpack to give you an idea where the snow is now. There's the temperatures out west, kind of giving you an idea of what we may be coming here. You notice 25 to 30 degrees change in temperature from like Bismarck from yesterday. So definitely we are going to see some melting going on. I'll break down how warm those temps will get for this President's weekend, as long as, unfortunately, we might see something next week that's even worse. It snows, it melts, it snows, it melts. Oh, yeah, it's February. All right, Greg, we'll check back in a few minutes. Just 3 weeks after the nation saw the disturbing footage of Tyre Nichols' violent arrest, five former Memphis police officers pleaded not guilty to second-degree murder and other charges. Bradley Blackburn has more.
The 5 former Memphis police officers appeared in the courtroom for the first time more than a month after the death of Tyre Nichols.
At this time, we waive the formal reading of the indictment off to the court, a plea of not guilty.
The 29-year-old died in a hospital just 3 days after being pulled over and brutally beaten by the black officers in an incident caught on camera. All 5 have since been fired and now face a range of charges, including second-degree murder.
We want something here statewide to make sure that we have a state law that codifies duty to intervene, duty to render aid, duty to de-escalate.
Nichols is the latest police-involved death to spark nationwide outrage and protests.
I'm waiting for this nightmare, basically, that I'm going through right now. I'm waiting for somebody to wake me up.
The Nichols family and their attorneys have also raised questions about police culture and training.
I know my son is gone. I know I'll never see him again. But we have to start this process of justice right now.
The 5 officers involved in Nichols' death are all out on bond. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News.
And the officers are due back in court May 1st. 2 other Memphis police officers have also been relieved of duty as a result of the attack, as well as 3 fire department EMTs who responded to the scene. Now to Ohio, where urgent pleas for help continue following a toxic train derailment earlier this month. On a visit to East Palestine yesterday, EPA Administrator Michael Regan tried to reassure skeptical residents of their safety. The head of Norfolk Southern, which operated the train, has acknowledged the company needs to make things right. They've been cutting $1,000 checks for residents, but many say that's not enough.
We walked in our house and everything literally started burning. Our throats, our noses.
Norfolk Southern's problems are growing. Just yesterday, another one of the company's trains derailed outside of Detroit. Authorities say one of the train cars was carrying a hazardous material, liquid chlorine, but that car was not overturned and there were no leaks nor spills. President Biden is calling for more rules for tracking and potentially shooting down unknown aerial objects after a series of objects were shot down in the U.S. airspace last week. The president says the objects are believed to be related to research or weather monitoring. CBS News has learned the Chinese balloon that was shot down was first detected in January off the coast of China. U.S. officials believe its intended course was just over Guam and Hawaii, but winds blew it off course. The president plans to discuss the balloon incident with China's president, but the Chinese Foreign Ministry says that won't happen until the U.S. brings back sound and steady relations. If you want to vote in the spring primary, today is your last chance to register early. Registration will not be available this weekend or Monday, but you can register on Election Day. If you moved before January 24th, even to a new apartment in the same building, you will need to update your voter registration. You can check your registration status on myvote.wi.gov. Well, it took a bit of work, but the Packers will have at least one of their Aarons back next season. ESPN's Adam Schefter is reporting that running back Aaron Jones adjusted his contract. The move comes after fears that Jones would have to be cut due to salary cap restrictions. Jones had signed a 4-year deal in 2021 worth a reported $48 million with a $13 million signing bonus. Now the star running back will have an $11 million salary for the 2023 season, including an $8.52 million signing bonus. Jones posted 1,121 rushing yards on 213 carries last season, the most in his career. Well, it's homecoming weekend in Madison for Miss America, and you have a couple of chances to meet her. Grace Stanke won the coveted title in December. She's a UW grad studying nuclear engineering. There's a meet and greet today at Memorial Union at 4:30. Tomorrow, she's going to be at Hilldale at the Kendra Scott Jewelry Store from 2 to 4 in the afternoon. She'll be traveling the country this year advocating for her social issues, which is nuclear power and other zero-carbon energy sources. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. The Federal Reserve could get more aggressive with interest rates and why you should be careful with Microsoft's new search engine. The Money Watch report is next.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon.
I'm voting for Judge Janet Protasewicz for Supreme Court.
She believes in our freedom to make our own decisions when it comes to abortion.
Extremists want to ban abortion,
even in cases of rape and the health of the mother.
Judge Janet Protasewicz is the change Wisconsin needs.
Are you a T-Mobile customer in Wisconsin? Recently, T-Mobile disclosed that 37 million customer accounts were hacked, putting your personal information at risk. Don't let identity theft ruin your credit score and cost you thousands of dollars. Call Lawton & Cates for a free consultation and learn your rights.
There's nothing like a great night's sleep on a new Beauty Rest mattress from Steinhafels. Right now, save up to $900 on adjustable base sets. Queen Beauty Rest mattresses start at just $299. Or step up to the new Beauty Rest Black and get $200 in Steinhafels cash, plus a $100 MasterCard rewards card. And with Steinhafels 72-month financing, your new mattress just got more affordable. So save big and rest easy on your new Beauty Rest mattress from Steinhafels.
Do you want to create your dream home? Then you should attend the Madison Build, Remodel, and Landscape Show, where admission is free this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only at the Monona Terrace Convention Center. Make contacts, hire contractors, explore the best in kitchens, baths, and custom remodeling, windows, doors, and room additions. Whatever improvements your home needs, you'll find solutions at the Build, Remodel, and Landscape Show. Free admission this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only at the Monona Terrace Convention Center.
He has his grandfather's smile,
her mother's eyes,
my cheekbones, but will she have my diabetes?
My sickle cell anemia.
His father's heart disease?
Go to joinallofus.org to share your health information and speed up health research breakthroughs. The future of health begins with you.
Is your house frustratingly cold? Here's some good news. You can upgrade to our high-efficiency foam insulation, and the federal government will pay up to 30% of the cost in the form of an energy tax credit. Our foam keeps the cold air out, your warm air in, with lower energy costs all year long. And again, the energy tax credit covers up to 30% of the cost. Our schedule is filling fast, so call now and get in ahead of everyone else. It's time to stop freezing and start saving.
USA Insulation.
A former prosecutor, now circuit court judge, Janet Protasewicz. On the Supreme Court, she'll be a common-sense judge. She believes in abortion rights, fairness for all, and protecting public safety. Janet Protasewicz for Supreme Court.
A new report shows inflation is stubbornly sticking around. That could prompt the central bank to get even more aggressive with interest rates. The Producer Price Index shows wholesale prices were 6% higher last month compared to a year ago. That's an improvement from the previous month, but more than what economists had expected. Tesla is recalling more than 360,000 U.S. vehicles equipped with full self-driving software because they could cause crashes. Federal investigators say Tesla's full self-driving beta software can send cars straight through intersections where there's a turn-only lane, fail to come to a full stop at stop signs, or blow through yellow lights. Tesla says it will deliver an over-the-air software update to the impacted vehicles. And don't mess with Microsoft's retooled Bing search engine. Its artificially intelligent chatbot may insult you, or in some cases even worse. The Associated Press is reporting in one conversation it had with the news service, the AI threatened to expose a reporter for spreading alleged falsehoods and then compare the reporter to dictators like Hitler, Pol Pot, and Stalin. More and more trial users are reporting the chatbot's hostile low blows. Microsoft quickly pushed out the technology to beat Google. It now promises to work on toning it down. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Chanel Call.
The computers are now taking over. Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrials down 10 points. The NASDAQ down 148. The S&P 500 off 27. Our call for action volunteers are in the building, taking your consumer complaints and taking action on your behalf. You're taking a live look at the Call for Action studio. Volunteers are here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so you can call for action right now at 608-270-2833 or submit a claim anytime at channel3000.com/call-for-action. The world's largest food company says it's raising prices. Nestle says many of its 2,000 brands will get more expensive for consumers this year. It comes after the company raised prices by an average of 8.2% last year. Nestle says those price hikes weren't enough to offset its own costs. Competing food manufacturers are also planning to raise prices this year. And looking ahead, Girl Scout cookie season is right around the corner here in the Badger State. Starting early next month, the Badgerland Girl Scouts will start selling cookies to raise money for the organization and teach Girl Scouts about money management. The sales start March 4th and last for 6 weeks. Despite inflation, boxes will still be $5 a box, with gluten-free chocolate chip cookie boxes costing $6. All the profits stay with local troops. We'll have your ag markets next at noon, along with Greg's weekend forecast. And then today on Live Before, we go behind the wheel with Harvey Briggs and the all-new and very big 2023 Toyota Sequoia. That's at 4.
Experience handcrafted and hand-finished furniture by genuine Amish craftsmen at Wanakee Furniture ETC, featuring hardwood made in the USA home furnishings by Simply Amish and other great brands you can trust.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Lake Ridge may be a new name, but it isn't a new bank. It's one built on over a century of community commitment. One equipped with all the knowledge and resources of 145 collective years of experience. Monona Bank and State Bank of Cross Plains are coming together as one. As Lake Ridge Bank, we're doing more together for you.
Don't delay, the Brothers Maine President's Day sale is happening now. Shop local and save with tremendous deals on Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Maytag, and Amana appliances. We have the area's largest selection and the lowest prices guaranteed. Feel like family. Brothers Maine.
In need of home repairs? From stairs and railings to roofing and plumbing, Habitat Dane County works alongside families to ensure safe, stable housing for years to come. Qualifications are based on income, need, and willingness to partner. Don't delay. Apply today.
With reliable COVID-19 results in just 15 minutes, everyone is making room for Binax Now in their medicine cabinet.
Do we still need these pregnancy tests?
Yeah, no. Out with the old, in with the #1 COVID-19 self-test in the U.S. With the same technology doctors use to test for COVID-19. Binax Now.
Let the design team at Wanakee Furniture ETC help you find your inspiration and transform your room. Every style, every budget, our creativity, passion, and expertise will help you design your dream space.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
I heard it was Good Vibes Only Friday.
Come vibe with Jay Ellis.
Oh my God, them abs. Ooh.
Plus,
it's already been named one of the best podcasts in the country by the New York Times.
The host of Vibe Check.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3. For 20% of its victims, the fallout from concussion can last months or years.
It affects their work, their family life. It affects everything.
News 3 Now, Charlotte Deleste shares her personal battle with the invisible injury. Thursday at 10. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report is out of the radio barn today. She'll be back next week, so here are your farm numbers. Millions of people are under alerts for nasty weather across the country, including in the south. A tornado hit Ripley, Mississippi yesterday, and there were also suspected tornadoes elsewhere, including Tennessee. Omar Villafranca reports from Etheridge, Tennessee.
I was on the phone with my husband, and I told him, I said, I got to get to the back. I said, it's done hit.
Linda Stagg says she feels lucky to be alive after a tornado ripped through Etheridge, Tennessee, severely damaging this building while she was inside working.
I was headed to the back, and I turned around and looked. I saw the front of the building move.
She saw insulation fly everywhere as she took cover. This video shows a tornado touching down in Smithville, Mississippi, one of 3 reported in the state Thursday. The strong wind knocked down large trees, power lines, and gas station pumps.
It got really loud, the wind picked up, and then it kept getting louder and louder.
Anna Jordan says that when she looked outside, there was debris and damage everywhere.
The garage is pretty much gone. It pretty much lifted the roof.
To the north, snow created dangerous near whiteout conditions in Iowa. And in Wisconsin, a semi hauling cars jackknifed on the interstate, blocking traffic for hours.
Not a great drive. Not a great drive. Roads are not the best.
On the campus of Northwestern University, this massive tree crashed to the ground, injuring 4 faculty members. 3 were rushed to the hospital. At least 1 was in critical condition. Back here in Tennessee, the 911 director told us that this area is predominantly Amish, and he pointed that out because he says that community traditionally does not use cell phones and other technology to track storms or get storm alerts, but they did say the sirens were going off, and they are lucky that no one was seriously hurt. Omar Villafranca, CBS News, Etheridge, Tennessee.
And the National Weather Service will be in Tennessee and Mississippi today to survey the damage. Over to Greg now. I guess I'd rather have the snow than severe weather.
Well, it's not that far off yet. I mean, we got about March, and we're going to have severe weather here, too. So it's coming fairly quick. But that was all part of that system, too, that we had, too. They had severe weather south. We had the snow up to the north. So really, if you look at the past 2 weeks' temperatures, give you an idea, we'll go back to about the beginning of really February. We've been fairly above average. We saw that dip that we said we're going to have today, like we told you basically last week. For the future, we're going to have a nice mild weekend, but once again, that Thursday, Friday time frame, which seems to be a common theme, we're going to have a dip with the temperatures once again towards the end of next week. We're not going to be substantial, but so that means we do have another storm coming potentially for another Thursday. So unfortunately, that's the way the pattern's been going right now. Overall, really high pressure is pushed overhead. We have a few little weak systems to the north. They're not going to do too much too, but they will provide some cloud cover. Otherwise, generally nothing to speak of further west. Really the storms to the south or to the north, not going to impact us. So fairly quiet stretch for at least of those 3 or 4 days through the weekend until we see some more activity. Right now, if you time it out, we're going to have to see the southerly winds start picking up later tonight. We have a little bit of a cold front to the north that's going to dig south, but really going to kind of fizzle out or stay to the north. But overall, we'll see cloud cover increase. Tomorrow, also a system to the south will increase the winds out of the south too. So that combined will give us a little bit more wind for the next day, Saturday, but cloud cover through and through throughout Saturday. And then eventually Sunday, we have another little weak system you can kind of see digging south, maybe a little bit of a flurry activity to the north, but that will increase cloud cover Sunday. That cold front comes through mainly like Sunday night, Monday. That'll kind of sit there. So overall, a lot of clouds this weekend off and on Saturday and Sunday, but still mild conditions with the southerly winds for the most part. For today, we're not going to get the southerly winds too strong yet, so temperatures still just getting up into the mid-upper 20s, a little bit below average for this time of year. You'll see tonight, clear skies, allow the temperatures to fall down briefly before the winds start picking up. So we'll be the teens this evening. But then as we get closer to midnight, we'll start rising up until the 20s. Until you wake up, we'll probably be in the low to mid 20s by tomorrow morning as you see the winds pick up. And then the clouds start coming in from that system to the north. That'll provide at least some high clouds tomorrow, but still some sun. But it will allow our temperatures to get up into the upper 30s to maybe near 40, especially the areas that don't have a lot of snow cover. Definitely could get low to mid 40s. Otherwise, where there's a lot more snow cover, probably mid to upper 30s, maybe a 40 in there too, just because of that. And then Saturday night into Sunday, we're going to see even stronger winds. Should keep our temperatures up Saturday night into Sunday, probably into the 30s, just because of the winds and the cloud cover. So overall, if you look at President's Day right now, going through the forecast, we got the President's Day weekend, which is Monday. When you look at temperatures here, 41, like I said, Saturday. We'll have more clouds Sunday, but still 43 breezy conditions. And then if you go into Monday, a few flurries, but still overall not too bad. Upper 30s, once again, averages about 34 degrees. So we're still doing fairly well for the weekend. Unfortunately, that quiet stretch does come to an end next week, potentially as early as Wednesday, with an interesting and complex system that could bring everything from sleet, freezing, rain, snow, accumulating snow Wednesday and Thursday, and then we dry once again out for Friday. So stay tuned for more updates on that, but enjoy the quiet weekend in the 40-degree weather.
Yeah, it's going to be a great weekend, that's for sure.
It should be.
Thank you, Greg. Up next, Howard's got something perfect for this cold winter day in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
How does a hot and hearty soup that's done in less than 30 minutes sound? If you said tempting, then get ready, because we're dishing it up.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
All you have to do is point. Yes!
1-800-GOT-JUNK can make it disappear.
And that's why they all start dancing.
Break up with your junk. Save $41 with the code BREAKUP41.
At Lawton Cates, your life counts is more than just a slogan. Because around here, we're all about comebacks. Whether it's helping you recover after a car accident or return to the job following an injury, it's us fighting the odds and the insurance company to make sure you get the compensation you and your family deserve. No one loves a great comeback story more than Lawton Cates, which motivates us to fight for our clients every day. Your life counts. Lawton Cates. Call us today.
It's your last chance to get a free rug when you update your furniture at Menards. That's right. Buy any in-stock upholstered living room furniture at $2.99 or more and get a free 5x7 area rug. That's $149.99 in savings. The sale ends February 18th. If you need a new chair, sectional recliner, or love seat, you better buy one today to get a free rug. Hurry to Menards while supplies last.
Save big money at Menards.
Madison liberals are trying to take over the Wisconsin Supreme Court. That's why we need to elect conservative Justice Dan Kelly. Dan Kelly has a proven record of protecting our freedoms and cast the deciding vote to end the COVID lockdowns of our schools and businesses. Sheriffs across Wisconsin have endorsed Dan Kelly because he has a record of enforcing the law. On February 21st, vote conservative Justice Dan Kelly for Wisconsin Supreme Court. Fair Courts America paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising.
At McGann Furniture and Flooring in Baraboo, we know that hardworking people want the most value for their money. At McGann's, we've already sorted out and selected the brands that we feel offer you the most bang for your buck. From young couples to senior citizens, we offer a huge selection at prices that will fit your budget. And remember, at McGann's, we don't raise prices only to lower them later for a sale. Discover the difference at McGann Furniture and Flooring, downtown Baraboo.
All you have to do is point.
Yes!
1-800-GOT-JUNK can make it disappear.
And that's why they all start dancing.
Break up with your junk. Save $41 with the code BREAKUP41.
Usually, by the time we feel like having soup for dinner, it's too late, since most soups take hours to cook. But you don't have to worry about that with the Scandinavian-inspired soup that we're making today. It's done in less than 30 minutes, from the moment you walk into the kitchen until you're ladling it up. Let me show you how it's done. We start by sauteing a good amount of chopped cabbage in some butter, along with some chopped onion, celery, and thinly sliced carrots. Once everything is tender, which only takes about 10 minutes, we add a can of cream-style corn, frozen peas, some milk, chicken broth, and lots of off-the-shelf spices. And we let it simmer for about 15 minutes. And then right before serving, we stir in some shredded cheddar cheese, and that's it. Now, if you want to lighten this up, you can use olive oil instead of butter or a reduced fat cheddar. There you have it, a hot and hearty soup that's ready to serve in no time at all. And the taste is truly amazing. So what are you waiting for? To get the recipe for what we call Scandinavian cabbage soup, head over to our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a warm-me-up way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Well, warm me up would be good, Greg. It's a little chilly out there.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's a little bit below average. We should be about 32 degrees. So today it's going to be a few degrees colder. Light southwest wind, but plenty of sunshine. That's the good news. And then tonight, once again, 18 early, but then rising overnight temperatures. And if you look at the whole weekend here, dry, 40s for most location, maybe upper 30s for snow cover. And President's Day, maybe a few flurries. And then we'll start turning our attention to what goes on next week. Could be interesting once we get to Wednesday and Thursday. If I'm a gambling man, I will put money on it.
All right, that's our time for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, have a great afternoon.